Wisconsin Congressman Sean Duffy goes on the record. Good evening, sir.
Hi, Greta. How you doing?
Good. What do you make of these records, this 302, which is just the form the FBI has, but it contains the notes from the interview with Secretary Clinton?
Well, I think what it's going to do is going to allow we in Congress to analyze what actually Hillary Clinton said to the FBI and be able to compare it to what she said publicly in regard to her homebrew server. My thought, though, because I think the FBI is being honest and straightforward in this investigation and with the American people, I think the Department of Justice will be less so, and they're looking at these documents. I think, per the prior report, they're going to try to redact and slow walk the delivery of this report to Congress. And frankly, we have access to classified information, but I don't think they want us to have it because, listen, this perpetuates the story of Hillary Clinton's corruption and dishonesty with the American people.
Is there any thought on the committee, because I'll tell you that what I first got suspicious of when I heard that you wanted the notes to compare it to what she said under oath on Capitol Hill, I was suspicious that the committee was looking to see whether or not to make a referral to the Justice Department and run the FBI and do a referral for a criminal investigation.
Well, you heard Jason Chaffetz on the committee tell the FBI, listen, we are going to refer it to you, and it has been referred. So they're going to look at the statements that were made under oath to Congress and compare that to the statements that were made to the FBI. But this again, I mean, keeps this story alive in the minds of the American people about Hillary Clinton looking out for herself and trying to secure her emails that were really owned by the American people in the State Department. She tried to keep those secrets so we didn't have access to them through FOIA requests.
Is she keeping it alive? Because I think she'd probably like it to go away. Or is it the Congress asking for the notes that's sort of keeping it alive, at least for the moment? I mean, I wouldn't be talking about it tonight, about it, except for the fact that Congress has said we want to see the notes.
Well, listen, she wants to be the commander-in-chief. She wants to be the most powerful person in the world. And I think the American people have a right to know, what did you do with your homebrew server? What did you know about sensitive and secret information on that server that you were transmitting to other sources and other people that some of our worst enemies would have access to? I think if you want to be the commander-in-chief of the United States of America, the American people should know that background and history on what you did as the Secretary of State.
I'll give you the question I want to know. I want to know why did your lawyers go through the emails, delete 30,000 of them, knowing Congress had wanted them, instead of trying to preserve them for later discussion about them? That's what I would want to know, especially when they only looked at the header. But anyway, that's my thought. I want to know why the lawyers did that.
And they told us that they read all of the emails, and they did not. But you know what? I think we have a right to know, and we're going to find out when they deliver that information.
Yeah, well, I've got some questions on that destruction, but just questions. Anyway, Congressman, the House Oversight Committee just releasing this video titled, "Were Hillary Clinton's Statements False?"
Nothing was marked classified at the time I sent or received it.
I think it's also important to say something about the marking of classified information. Only a very small number of the emails here containing classified information bore markings that indicated the presence of classified information. But even if information is not marked classified in an email, participants who know or should know that the subject matter is classified are still obligated to protect it.
But I'm asking how it was done. Did someone physically look at the 62,000 emails, or did you use search terms, date parameters? I want to know the specifics.
They did all of that. They also went through every single email.
Lawyers doing the sorting for Secretary Clinton in 2014 did not individually read the content of all of her emails as we did for those available to us.
You can see that entire House ad on GretaWire.com. Congressman, tell me this. What was the purpose or the motive for creating that video? Why did the committee do it, and why did the committee release that video?
Well, first off, it's pretty damning, showing the public statements that she made and the truth that came out from Director Comey. And I think what the committee is doing here is trying to expose, because they're the Committee on Oversight, exposing the differences between the statements that Hillary Clinton made and the truth behind what Director Comey told the American people. But here's what I think is fascinating, Greta. This is important stuff that every voter should know about before they go to the ballot box. And if you look at what the media does, they want to focus on Donald Trump and some offhanded remark that he might make on the campaign stump. and they brush these stories aside, whether it's the server, the corruption between the Clinton Foundation and the Clinton State Department, allowing donors to the State Department to get access to the board on nuclear weapons. I mean, this is pay-for-play scandals that I think the American people should know about. And I think what's important to note is both of them have problems. Both of them are not the most likable candidates that we've had in our American history. But the media needs to do a job where they expose both negatives on both of these folks, and frankly, they like to focus on Donald Trump and not tell the story on Hillary Clinton. And I think that's a real problem and a disservice to the American people who need to make a decision in November about who the next commander-in-chief should be.
Congressman, thank you, sir.